Hi again, this is Jeff from Picture Time, and welcome back to the channel. We've got another cruise ship tour for you today. We're actually on day 4 of our 4-night, 5-day Bahamas cruise with Royal Caribbean on the newly renovated Mariner of the Seas. This ship is 1,020 feet long, 127 feet wide. It drafts 29 feet. It's capable of up to 22 knots, and it weighs in at 139,000 gross tons. This ship was actually launched in 2003. It was built in Finland, but just last year, Royal Caribbean had it in dry dock and did a $120 million renovation on it. As with all of our other tours, I like to go through them fairly methodically, so we're gonna start way up here. I'm actually on the 14th deck in the Viking Crown Lounge. There's only one deck above us in this ship now. On the 15th deck, there is an escape room experience, and that's an additional charge above your cruise fare, but you can sign up, and I would recommend signing up earlier in the week, and you can do this escape room experience, and that is in the back part of the ship on deck 15. Now, this ship is divided up very similarly to most of the other Royal Caribbean ships, where there's sort of a elevator lobby in the center, just slightly towards the rear of the ship, and then another elevator section towards the front of the ship. So right now we're towards the middle/rear of the ship. We're on the 14th deck, and we're in the Viking Crown Lounge. The Viking Crown Lounge is a nice place to come and hang out. There's great views. There's windows that look over the pool decks and are able to see out over the sea. And during the day, it's quite quiet in here. Deck 14 also is hosting the suite lounge. These suites are for, diamond guests and VIP guests. One thing to note, that in every one of these decks, kind of by the elevator, there is one of these interactive maps, and you can find what to do right now, your room, cruise compass, which would be the events of today, venues around the ship, and dining options. There's also a little map of where you are and what is available on each floor. So from here, let's go down to floor 13. So we're on deck 13 towards the back of the ship, and if you can look at this map of the ship, deck 13 is kind of divided up. There's a section of deck 13 towards the back of the ship, and also one towards the front. Towards the front on deck 13, you have the Mariner Dunes, which is the putt golf course towards the front of the ship. And then towards the back of the ship, you have access to the rock climbing wall, like we talked about on deck 14, the sports court, the new sky pad, the Perfect Storm water slides, and also the flow rider. Also on deck 13 is access to deck 14 to the Diamond Club and to the rock climbing wall. Now I'm on deck 12. I came down from the Mariner Dunes, and just inside the door at the front of the ship on deck 12 is the upper level of the spa and fitness center, along with some suite staterooms that overlook the front of the ship. The spa is right towards the front of the ship on deck 12. Coming just out the door, behind the spa, outdoors, is the running track. 8 laps around the running track is 1 mile. It's also home to the Sky Lounge bar on the front of the ship. There's also this stairway access to a little place to sit out in the sun above the Sky bar. Deck 12 overlooks the pool area. Also on deck 12, heading towards the back of the ship, is Johnny Rockets. Burgers and shakes and fries. This is a pay extra restaurant on the ship. Also the Challenger Video Arcade And then just behind the video arcade is access to the kids programming. There's daily programming back in the kids area all the way from infancy to late teens. There's free hours during the day for most ages, and then after a certain time they'll charge you by the hour depending on the program for leaving your kids beyond that time. Coming back behind Johnny Rockets on deck 12, there's this little quiet sitting area and also a little stairway that leads you back up to deck 13 where the flow riders and the sports courts are. Coming down the stairs from deck 12 to deck 11 towards the back of the ship, there is a whole lot to do on deck 11. I'm going to start here in the back. Towards the back of the ship on deck 11 is the Windjammer Cafe. That's the main buffet style buffet that you can eat actually all 3 meals throughout the day. Lots of options for food in here, from burgers and hamburgers, salads and fruits, in the morning omelets. The food's been excellent this week. Also in the Windjammer area are 2 pay extra restaurants, Chops Grill and Jamie's Italian Kitchen, which I believe is new. I haven't seen that one on other Royal Caribbean cruises. Coming forward from the Windjammer on deck 11 is the pool deck. It's kind of the life of the ship on deck 11 here. The pool deck, the pool bar, the dive shop. There's a main pool area which is open to families and people of all ages, a belly flop competition and so on. And then moving forward, we come into the solarium, which is a 16 and over area. It's sheltered from the wind but open to the sky, and it is for adults or 16 over. And then in front of that is the lower level of the spa and fitness center. The exercise equipment slash gym is included with your cruise fare, but spa and other services, acupuncture and whatnot, are additional charges. There's one area that I'd like to show you that's just down in front of the fitness center, and you have to access it from a small door on the port side in the solarium, and it gives you access out to the front of the ship and will allow you to look down into the bridge. So decks 6 through 10 are virtually all staterooms. And since we brought our kids this time, we got 2 staterooms, one balcony room on the 6th floor facing the ocean, and one interior room. So we'll show you both rooms. This is the balcony room. The rooms are not large, but definitely adequate. They have 2 kind of twin beds pushed together for 1 king bed, and then the couch folds out to a queen bed. There is a closet area with shelves to store clothes and for shoes, and plenty of hangers to hang things. And then your suitcases fit neatly underneath the bed so they don't take up so much room. Small balcony with a little table and 2 chairs. And a nice view of the ocean. The rooms also have little shelves to store things. There are only 2 power outlets, so I would recommend bringing a little power strip if you'd like to charge things. I'm a nerd, so I have plenty of stuff to charge. In fact, with our kids this time, we brought these walkie-talkies. We bought a set of 5 of them on Amazon for under $100. I'll put a link for those in the description, but that's been really handy to be able to stay in touch with one another around the ship. Let's take a look at the bathroom. A small sort of round shower, obviously toilet, sink. Then there's storage in the bathroom as well. Each day the room attendant comes and makes a little towel art for us, and we disembark the ship tomorrow morning, and so they've put bag tags for us and left instructions for what to do with our luggage as we disembark. We got an interior stateroom this time, directly across the hall from our balcony room. And square footage wise, it seems like the balcony room's bigger, but I think they're almost identical. The difference is, instead of having the beds pushed together for a queen bed, they're actually separate here. And there also is option to have 2 Pullman beds pulled down. This room also has a small couch, a desk slash getting ready area, a closet like the other room, almost the exact same size, and the bathroom almost exact same, just opposite layout as the other room. So you'd recommend, even if you're on a budget, an interior stateroom is not
100%. I mean, you're missing out on having a view of the ocean, but you're not in your room a ton, and you sleep the same no matter what room you're in, and you sleep really well. The beds are super duper comfortable, the spacing in the room is amazing, and if you're okay not having an ocean view, it's a great choice.
So I came downstairs from our stateroom in the front elevator area down to deck 5, and again there is a ton to do on deck 5. Starting up front here is the Star Lounge and the library. The Star Lounge is host to some game shows, to live band karaoke, and a lot of programming for all ages throughout the day. Deck 5 is also home of the Royal Promenade. Royal Promenade is like an indoor mall and includes the Cafe Promenade, which throughout the day has food, pizza, sandwiches, beverages that are included with your cruise fare. Ben & Jerry's ice cream, which is pay extra. Playmaker Sports Bar and Arcade. The Barnacle and Barrel Pub. The Bamboo Room, and then also shopping. There's a watch shop and some gift shops. Moving further back is home of the Royal Caribbean Next Cruise office and the shore excursions, and also guest relations. If you have a question at all during your stay about your bill, or if you want to settle up or whatever, that is where you would do that. And then moving back on deck 5 is the upper floor of the main dining room, which is on decks 5, 4, and 3 towards the rear of the ship. So I'm now towards the back of the ship, came down from deck 5 onto deck 4, and right towards the rear of the ship is the dining room. This big area behind the dining room is inaccessible to cruise guests. It's the actually galley, and earlier today we actually got to take a galley tour. It's unbelievable. The galley or kitchen area is 3 floors serving the main dining room. Also, there's little dumbwaiters and elevators that take food up to the Windjammer up on deck 11. And they make food there for the whole ship, including some of the specialty restaurants. It's really an incredible operation. One area that we really love on deck 4 is right down in front of the dining room on deck 4. Actually, it kind of goes around virtually the whole ship. Is kind of a walkway area. There's shuffleboard out there, and for whatever reason it's fairly quiet at night. Not a lot of people hang out there, and it's a really great view of the ocean and just to hear the waves. I recommend checking that out if you really like spending time outside in the evening. Also on deck 4, as you move forward, there is Starbucks coffee and Boleros. Starbucks coffee is not included in your cruise fare, even if you have a drink package. And then just in front of Boleros is the Casino Royale. I'll walk you through there. And then coming out of Casino Royale on deck 4 is the Schooner Bar and Izumi. Izumi is a hibachi style slash sushi restaurant, and that is pay extra. And then up in front of the Schooner Bar, in front of the front elevators, is access to the Royal Theatre, and that is host to a lot of the headlining shows, the comedian and music, Royal Caribbean singers and dancers, and so on. So there's access to that on deck 4 as well as down on deck 3. Coming down a floor from deck 4, I'm in the rear of the ship on deck 3. Obviously, the rear area on deck 3 is the lowest level of the main dining room. And then moving forward from the low level on deck 3 is the art gallery, as well as the focus photo gallery. There are people throughout the ships and even at the ports and so on from Royal Caribbean taking pictures. And throughout your cruise, you can come down to this focus photo gallery and swipe your card and find pictures of you and your loved ones throughout the cruise. And then moving forward from the photo gallery and art gallery is Studio B. Studio B is another theater slash ice rink. There's a lot of things that happen in Studio B throughout the week. My son and I did laser tag in there yesterday. They had a big inflatable laser tag course that they put out there. They had a circus themed ice show with professional figure skaters. It's not really my thing, but I guess if you're into that, it's amazing. They're very, very talented. And then way at the front of the ship on deck 3 is the lower level of the main theater. So coming down the stairs in the front part of the ship, down to deck 2, not much down here except for a few staterooms and the conference center. If you want to be a really cool boss and host a conference, this would be a good place to do it. There are meeting rooms and a little conference center. Down below deck 2 on deck 1 is a boarding area. That's where we get on and off the ship at ports. And also the medical facility, so there's not much to see down there. Well, that pretty much concludes our tour of the Mariner of the Seas. If you're looking for a 3 or 4 night sailing to the Bahamas, not too expensive, this would be a great option. This ship is going to be relocating from Miami to Port Canaveral. One other thing to note is this is the first time we've ever cruised in late March, which is spring break for most of the country, and this wouldn't be our first choice as far as the week to cruise. There's a lot of kids, there's a lot of college students, there's a lot of spring breakers on the ship at this time. And so we prefer to cruise a little bit earlier in the winter, January and February. And it seems like a little bit older and a little bit quieter crowd, which is kind of more our speed. But it's a beautiful ship. The $120 million renovation is showing. There's hardly a speck of rust. It's super clean and is in very nice shape considering the ship is 16 years old. Thanks again for watching. If you'd like to subscribe to our other cruise videos, I'll post links in the side here. Otherwise, feel free to subscribe to our channel where we'll post content that is family friendly and about making memories with your family. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.